Hello, hello. Welcome to the latest episode of Fresh Approach Fitness, a wellness company. This is Sonia here, reaching out to you and wanted to say a special thank you for carving some time out of your day today to enjoy this most recent episode. It's called Thriving, Not Just Surviving. And I'm looking forward to you settling in, listening to some of my stories and my set of expectations that I have with myself that I'm sure you'd be able to resonate to, especially if you are a working mom. You'll get it. I'm sure you'll get it. Today's episode is a little bit different, but I'm not going to spoil it yet. I just want to say thank you again for saving some space today to hear a little bit about thriving and not just surviving. Episode number 39, December 22nd, 2020. We are a day late. Typically, these releases go out Monday mornings. However, it's Tuesday morning, and that's okay. I'm owning it. That's okay. Life sometime happens, and we are talking a couple of days before Christmas and a couple of days, weeks, I suppose, before the beginning of a new chapter. And for many people, going into the new year is seen as the beginning of a new chapter. So I thought it was very fitting as to today's episode, which is really different than most episodes. Of course, I'm sharing my perspective and my stories from my personal life. And in today's particular episode, I'm sharing my why to network marketing. So I know most of us are familiar with network marketing and, there's pros and cons to everything that we do in life, but I'm going to share with you today my why, my stance, where I'm coming from, and why it is a part of my financial portfolio. And the reason why I thought it was so fitting to share this with you today is because we're all looking for something different. We're all looking for improvements, or we wouldn't be listening to professional development type podcasts. We wouldn't be leaning in to absorb more information if this isn't what we're in line with. So I really hope that there's at least one takeaway from you today, and I'm sure there will be. I would love to hear from you what that's going to be. Again, like always, you can reach me at asksonya.com. Just Google asksonya.com, ASKSONYA. Oh my gosh, did I say .com? It's .ca. So ASKSONYA.ca. We're a Canadian-based company, so yes, it is .ca. Everything is .ca. So alternatively, go to freshapproachfitness.ca, and again, you can reach me there if you have any questions, or you can simply reply to this podcast. So, network marketing. Have you heard of it? Of course you've heard of it, right? Probably as a little girl, your mom took you to her friend's Tupperware party or her friend's color palette party where you got to learn the different colors in the different seasons. And as a little girl, you probably got to realize that this was an event that happened maybe a couple times throughout the year where your mom or your aunt or your mom's friends got to get together with some treats, and it was social time, and you get to be an adult for a change and see what they were doing, look at the products. You probably even wanted something. And maybe you were interested in the lady who presented the information. I think back then it was a lot of Tupperware parties. I remember going to some season parties where I got to learn what my season was. I was always intrigued in that. The different colors that you should be wearing to bring out your best, and trying to think of what other type of home parties I went to with my mom. Clothing parties. At the time, it was clothing parties. And I used to love to go to these because I found it very social. I found them very fun, and I did not find them to be salesy. I guess that was the premise of the party, but from my perspective as a younger child, that's not how I saw it as. That was a type of network marketing back then, back in the 80s and 90s when I was so much younger. And that was probably when I was first introduced to it, and I didn't think too much of it then. I know the Avon lady's been around for years and years, 60s and beyond, and that has never really left, right? We're talking 2020, and Avon still exists, and the term Avon lady still exists, and people wanting to make residual income while living their best lives and balancing what they have versus what they want, in terms of a family and a career and a solid paycheck and up-leveling their lives, that hasn't changed. That's been around for so many years. But in the season of COVID, in this tough season that we're in right now, it is shifting again. And it is shifting into leaps and spades. And that is because it is safer for us to work from home. It is safer for us to communicate via the internet, via podcast, via email, via phone versus in person. For those that are listening to this, in the future or down the road, we are restricted right now. We're going to be going back into lockdown in the next couple of days, which means we won't be able to leave our homes unless it's for essential services, and we can't socialize in person with anybody outside of our household. And this is because of a viral pandemic. And it's to keep us safe, okay? But that doesn't take away the fact that when we're working for somebody else, in a time like this, that safety and security is out of our control. So part of today's podcast all of today's podcast is all about why I chose network marketing as part of my revenue stream. Not the end all and be all, but as a part of it, okay? And why I'm delivering this message to you this time of year, a couple of days before Christmas, a couple of weeks before a new beginning. And most people, when it comes to New Year's resolutions, most people are looking for time freedom, balanced energy, elevated finances. Just nod your head if you fall, or hands up, or smile a little bit. I can't see it, so it doesn't matter. But can we not agree that most people we know fall into those categories? They're looking for time freedom, right? Balanced energy. Balanced energy could come in the form of weight loss, diets, going to the gym more. Any of that could come under balanced energy. And then elevated finances. We're looking to have more security in our financial outlook, our financial future. And that's what I mean by elevated finances. So I can't name you one person that does not fit into one of these three categories. Hence, network marketing. For those that know me well and that have heard these podcasts before, I am part of 3 different network marketing groups. They are part of my Celebrate Everything brand. So for me, it is completely about educating and helping people understand why it is worth them living their best lives. And it begins with my story. And it begins with me sharing what I've learned in network marketing and why it is part of my life and one of the best parts of my life. So grab your pen, your paper, your coffee, settle back and relax on your drive or your commute to and from work if you're lucky enough to still be driving to work, if this is working for you. And if you're looking for something more or how to upgrade and elevate your life with network marketing, I would be pleased to have a conversation with you about why I chose specifically the avenues I've chose and how they work with my Celebrate Everything brand. Because every single company has a role to play. There's a reason why I've brought them on board. Okay? More importantly, they work for me. I'm not sitting here today telling you that you need to jump ship and join my team. Great, if you want to. That's not what this is all about, though. This is about helping you thrive this new season and not just survive. Because just because the clock is going to turn on December 31st into 2021, it doesn't mean anything is going to change about your day-to-day life. It's up to you to make that change. And how many times, be honest with yourself, how many times have you set a New Year's resolution that you've not kept? How many times have you thought about time freedom, balanced energy, and elevated finances, and what kind of difference that would make to your life? Okay. So, why am I talking about this today? Well, I've recently been putting a lot more effort into my network marketing because I realized that it was part of my financial diversification. I can't believe I'm tripping over my words as I'm doing a podcast. Okay, how about this? It's part of my financial portfolio. I have a personal goal to make a certain amount of money each month with my network marketing. And it wasn't until earlier in December that I realized I've had this goal for a year now. I wanted to make at least $2,000 in my network marketing business for about 2 years now. $10,000 is my ultimate goal that I want to be making a month. But $2,000 a month I wanted to come from my network marketing. Guess what? I didn't realize until recently that I was doing very little about it in the most recent future. Okay, I had done a lot about it in the past. Back in my 20s, I was different network marketing. I used to do like Mary Kay. I used to do Tupperware, host parties, get together with it, but I don't think I saw it as a business. I didn't see it as its true potential. Last year, I started with a network marketing company, and there was so much I liked about it. That's what I want to share with you today. As to my whys with what I liked about it. I decided a year ago, it was last January, to end it. Okay? There was so much going on in my life that I needed to take a step back and I needed to make some changes. So I decided at that particular time to shut down that element of my network marketing. But I know it's for me. I know it's in my body. I know it's in my bones. So I didn't shut it down completely because at this point I had two, but I kept one. I got rid of the other one. Okay. And I just paused for a little bit. And I had the one, but I wasn't doing anything about it. So then this year in July, I decided to move forward with another one because I saw how it fit with my brand. And my brand is what matters. My brand is what I'm working towards living each and every single day. That's my personal brand. And it slips into my professional brand, which is my Celebrate Everything group. And it is how I live my life. So when I came across my second network marketing opportunity this summer, I was curious. I knew about this particular product line. I leaned in a little bit. I got more information. I subconsciously have attracted these network marketing opportunities, just so you know. There is a bigger picture for me here, okay? Fast forward till October, November, and I decided to join my third network marketing, the third piece of the puzzle that I've been thinking about all year, but I didn't know what I was going to do. I added the third piece to my puzzle this year. So now I believe that I have a full complementary brand, which I can offer myself as I'm celebrating my habits, and I can offer those around me in my network. So I have 3 product lines that I'm aligned with, and I'm sure over time that's going to evolve to 1. There will be one that stands out more than anything, and it will be the one I focus on. But the reason why I'm bringing up the changes and the shifts and the fact that network marketing has been around most of my life, I just wasn't using it and I wasn't leaning in, and I had something keeping me away from it. And I don't know what that was, or I had something, I don't even know if it was keeping me away or if I just wasn't ready to embrace it. But I'm ready now. And I've been ready over the year, and I've seen how it can be successful to both myself in 2018, 2019, right? And then a little bit so far in 2020. I see what it can do to my lifestyle and to my goals of time freedom, balanced energy, and elevated finances. So today I'm going to share my story. I'm going to share to you why network marketing is part of my plan. I'm going to share with you what I'm doing about it and how I'm going to be rolling it out into 2021, and that I welcome you to reach out with any questions that you have and how this can work for you too, if you're interested. You know, it is the new way. If you Google it, you will see that having a side hustle or a direct sales company or a network marketing type opportunity as part of your financial portfolio is only going to help you. Honestly, if you work with me, it's going to help you grow and glow in many areas. But today's not about that. Today's just about sharing a better, bigger piece of my why, so you can learn a little bit more about the sparkle and shine in the simple things that help me on my journey to success, and how this all helps me with balance and my foundation for wellness. Okay, so where do I start? I'm going to start with my story. Hi, I'm Sonia, and I'm a retired, passive-aggressive people pleaser. I've spent most of my life in corporate Canada while raising a family. My time, energy, and attention was always split. So I said yes to almost everything. Not that I had the time, but to make up for what I wasn't around to do. Hence the people pleasing and adding more pressure into my already full life. I was an autopilot, going through the motions every day of just doing. I was literally surviving. I was always in search of work-life balance. I no longer wanted to feel overwhelmed and overextended. I was ready, my friends. I was ready to thrive and not just survive. I wanted deeper connections with people, real conversations, and more meaning to life. I was ready to achieve time freedom, balanced energy, and elevated finances. Once I was introduced to network marketing, everything changed. Everything changed. Especially back in 2019, everything changed. Instead of being overwhelmed by my future, I was excited about it. I am living the dream. Now, December 22nd, 2020, I am living the dream. I am jumping out of bed each day, excited to get my day started, choosing the right meals and movement for a positive mindset so I can make the moments matter. And this is what I want for you too. How many of you can relate to my story? How many of you listening to this are rushing about your day, trying to get everything done for other people, and you didn't even really know the true definition of what it's like to have self-care, right? Or what it's like to have goals, to achieve those goals, to conquer those goals, to push past those goals. Whether those goals are weight loss, whether those goals are mindset, whether those goals are reading a certain amount of books throughout the year. These are all part of my personal goals, but this right here, what I just shared with you, this is my why. I am very interested in a work-life balance, and I've always been on the search for that my whole life. I no longer want to feel overwhelmed and overextended. Want to be living my full life and my best life on my schedule. Yes, there's work to do. I work because I like to work. I help people because I want to help people. You know, I love being a consultant, offering suggestions on how people can live a better life. I spend every day living my best life, and that is my plan as I moved into 2021. Living my best life. So, where did this all come about? How is this surfacing recently? Well, as I'm taking a bigger look at things, a bird's eye view at what time freedom means to me, realizing I'm going to be 50 in a couple of years, and I haven't quite achieved the circle of balance that I'm looking for. I'm getting closer and closer every day, which is why I've subconsciously attracted these network marketing opportunities, which is why you have subconsciously attracted, even if I sent you this to take a listen to, or if a friend sent you this is why you have subconsciously come across this podcast. Curiosity, right? You are letting yourself be open to new ideas, to the many opportunities that come, so you can up-level and uplift your life. When you elevate that, you will get the things you're in search of. And I'm in search of time freedom, balanced energy, and elevated finances because this is all part of my future plan. And I'm working on my future self project every single day. So when I first started, I did some research in network marketing. And of course, I had my upline, that's what they're called at the time. So your upline, for those that aren't familiar, are not any different than your manager or supervisor at your corporate job, right? They kind of give you direction. You know, at a job, they tell you what to do and how to do it. In network marketing, they give you direction. You figure out how to do it. They might give you suggestions, but it's up to you to do what you want out of this. It's up to you to make the money that you want out of this. It's up to you to grow if you want out of this, but the tools are there. Okay. The first thing I got my hands on was a book called Go Pro by Eric Warr, and it's 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. I read this book in 2019, so I haven't picked it up since. Remember how I said I had 2 more network marketing companies that added to my portfolio this year? I have not looked into this book since last year, but it's come up a couple of times in multiple conversations I've had with people. I decided to reread it. Believe it or not, I decided to reread this book because my goal this year was to read 13 books. 13 books. Doesn't matter what type of books. My goal was to read 13 books this year. Well, I just finished a book yesterday, or 2 days ago on Sunday, and that put me at 19. So if I reread one of my books from last year, if I found a smaller book, then I would be able to read 20 books this year. And for me, that's a great goal. With as busy as I am, with the life that I lead and the level of enthusiasm that I like to maintain with everything that I do, the jumping out of bed, the energy, the vitality, I love to settle down and to read and to learn. It's one of my favorite things to do. And this professional development, reading, learning, taking time for that personal development, I did not do before the beginning of 2019. It was February 2019 where I learned how important this is. Before network marketing, I never took the time for this level of personal development, and I didn't know what I was missing. This helped me up-level and upgrade my life. So now I set goals for myself. And one of those goals was reading. And it doesn't matter what kind of books. It just so happens that I think I've read 2 regular nonfiction books, and the rest were I've read 2 fiction books out of the 20, and the other 19 were personal development books. But that's by choice. It doesn't matter what kind of books I read. Reading itself means sitting down. Reading itself means being mindful in the moment so I can read the words on the page with a nice cup of tea. Reading itself is a setting, a stage. So I'm not reading to just read or to accomplish the amount of books. I am reading for the feeling that it gives me, right? That's important because it makes me feel good, and I want more of what makes me feel good in my life. I never, ever, ever realized the power of professional development before I got into network marketing. That's one of my huge pros. Even when I stepped away from it for about 6 months, if it was even that long, around 6 months, I still every day worked on professional development, personal development, whatever you want to call it, PD activity. So let's go back to Go Pro for 1 minute by Eric Warr. It's a great book. I'm rereading it this time with a highlighter. So typically when I read a book, I fold the pages over on the bottom for anything I want to go back on and review. But typically I don't go back and review it. And I don't normally reread books. There will be a couple books I will be rereading this year. Go Pro and The 4 Agreements, definitely my 2 books I'll be rereading. But back to Go Pro. I don't want to lose focus here. So I started this book. It's not a big book. It's a good book, but it's not very big. I love the stories in here. I love how real it is. It's about 140 pages. So I'm halfway done it, and I am reading it with a highlighter. I am relearning different points of the book that are standing out more for me now that I am ready. And that includes my real reason. I'm not reading it this time to just read it. I am reading it this time to implement some great ideas from somebody who has made this a success. Okay? So there are tools. There are training and tools in this industry available to everybody. I can't even tell you which network company Eric Warr was with. Okay. David Ramsey, he's one of my favorite financial podcasters. If you're not familiar with him, I will steer you in the right direction. He is amazing. I actually have 2 things on my wall about how to spring clean your budget and the 7 baby steps, which comes to money as well. He started with a network marketing company. I'm not going to share which one. I mean, I can if we have a one-on-one conversation. He started with a network marketing company. And now he has built his own brand. He is considered a financial guru. David Ramsey is mentioned in many, many financial podcasts, and he has his own, and he is amazing. And it starts somewhere. So there's another book I've read that I will be providing to anybody else that's on my team as a personal thank you, is Everyday Income. Letting your daily routine change your life by Audrey Berger. Again, she's in network marketing. Okay. Not every single person I talk about is in network marketing. My favorite podcaster, she's in network marketing. Why am I sharing this? You need to see if this is a fit for you because it is a growing trend. If you are looking at a way of elevating your finances and having time freedom and balanced energy, why not consider network marketing? Why not? If you are a pros and cons list kind of person, think about why not. So for every time you ask yourself, what if, come up with a what if pro and a what if con. Because there is opportunity here. There's opportunity for professional growth, for professional development, for learning, for upgrading your life. So I'm going to repeat my story again, just for the sake that I want you to hear it again. Not everybody pauses and goes back because I don't always do that myself. So, hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a retired passive-aggressive people pleaser. I've spent most of my working life in corporate Canada while raising a family. My time, energy, and attention was always split. So I said yes to almost everything. Hence the people pleasing and adding more pressure to my already filled life. I was an autopilot going through the motions every day, just doing. I was always in search of work-life balance, knowing there needed to be more. I no longer wanted to feel overwhelmed and overextended. I wanted a deeper connection with people, real conversations, and more meaning to life. I was ready to achieve time freedom, balanced energy, and elevated finances. Once I was introduced to network marketing, everything changed. Instead of being overwhelmed by my future, I'm excited about it. I am living the dream, jumping out of bed each day, excited to get my day started. Choosing the right meals and movement for a positive mindset so I can make the moments matter. Because for me, that's what life is all about. Not worrying about money or where my money is coming from to pay the bills. It's about making the moment matter. How can I help you with that? Well, there's lots of things I can do to help you with that. And the first thing I want to share with you is considering adding network marketing to your portfolio is going to be huge. Here's a couple of reasons. You are going to be working with a team of people that are just like you, right? It doesn't matter that they're not exactly like you, but they have that interest, right? Even if you're not that kind of person, even if you don't want to do that, what if it's a waste of time? But that's only half of the question. And those are questions you'll be asking yourself because people have opinions of network marketing. But we are doing it anyways. We're just not getting paid for it. When was the last time you told somebody, oh my gosh, this book was amazing. I love this new lipstick, right? Or when somebody gives you a compliment and you go and tell them where you bought it from. I know if you entertain all of the reasons why it wouldn't work, for sure, what I can say to you is I know that you owed it to yourself, even if it doesn't change your decision, but ask yourself all of the reasons why it would work. All of those reasons. Because for whatever reasons you think of why network marketing might not work, there's a different story going on. When people experience doubt, they need to give it a voice. They need reassurance. You don't need to overwhelm yourself with questions because the what if statement works both ways. Pros, cons. Think of the pros and cons. Okay. Write down these questions. As I mentioned, what if works both ways? What are both sides of joining network marketing? What would it take for you to have confidence in the outcome, in the process, in the change, if you decide yes? What would it look like if it was easy? What would being easier feel like? Okay. So we're going to do those again. These are the 4 questions I want you to think about. You don't have to give a quick response. Just let these soak in. This is for anybody that either has a network marketing opportunity sitting there that you're not doing anything about. If you are looking to elevate your finances and have more time freedom and enjoy more of your day to day, but you're not sure what to do or you're not sure if this is for you, ask yourself these questions. What if works both ways? So what are both sides of the story? What would it take for you to have confidence in the outcome, in the process, in the change? What would it look like if it was easy? And if it was easy, what would that feel like? Okay? Think about those things right now. There's the good, the bad, the ugly. You're going to find everything that you're looking for on the internet. But are you going to find everything that you're looking for at a different job? What if your employer lays you off again? What are you going to do? How are you going to bring in extra income? Why can you not bring in income that you're saving money on the products that you're using anyways, and you don't have to leave the house to safely do so? Right? So I have a lot more questions I would like to go over with you face-to-face or via Zoom if you are ready to learn more about where network marketing is a fit for you in your life. I've shared with you my why, but here are some tips I want you to think about. If you are thinking about joining a network marketing team or leaning into it, there are some intangible benefits, okay? Personal growth and development. I shared my why. Spiritual principles. Most network marketing groups do display spiritual principles. They speak of faith, not in denomination terms, but in terms of its importance as a pillar in business success. By spiritual principles, I mean gratitude, affirmation, pausing, self-care, any kind of spiritual belief. And in some cases, you can definitely throw in your religion or your spiritual beliefs in there as well. But almost every single presenter will talk about grace and gratitude. Developing a leadership and service mentality. Many people in network marketing do this more for just themselves. Okay, the leadership roles, once you get rolling, you tend to give back because you want more people to be able to do this. So you give back to society. You give back with your time. Another reason why this works for me, belonging, a sense of belonging and a sense of community. I am connecting with like-minded people. I am growing and learning from like-minded people. I'm not looking for new friends, but I love it when I meet them. When I have so much in common, I just know that we're meant to connect. Absolutely. At this point in my life, I think it's fantastic that I'm always making new connections, new meaningful connections. And if that's through my side hustle or my network marketing, even better, because I know we have that in common. We probably have our goals in common too, that work-life balance that we're searching for, or that we are trying to find that works for us. Another reason network marketing is a fit for me is because it's fairness and a level playing field. Everybody started off at one spot. Everybody worked from within. Everybody grew. Everybody got to their role because of the actions that they did and the belief that they had in themselves, which means they are able to help you answer those questions. Okay, a couple more reasons why this works for me. I can work from anywhere. I can own my own schedule. There's a very low cost of entry. Yes, in some cases, you are spending $100 a month on products that you're using anyways. It depends which network marketing that you go with, and this is where I would love to have a conversation with you because everyone is different, and there's a bunch I've looked into. But there is a low cost of entry. And in many cases, there's consumable products that you are consuming anyways. Shampoo, conditioner, protein powder, vitamins, clothing. Why would you buy it elsewhere when you can make money or save money by buying it through yourself? There's no employees. If you want a virtual assistant when things grow and that's because you're doing more, you can. There's no stop in you bringing up, and you can bring in friends and family or an upline or a downline or whatever you want to call it as much as you want to grow. But that's up to you. You're not paying them. There's no employees unless you choose a virtual assistant or you choose an admin staff. There is very little billing in accounts receivable. You definitely want to keep track of your expenses, but that's not a tax benefit, which is the next point. I do use a very little bit of billing in accounts receivable because I run some expense. I use a CRM. I run this like a business. So because of that, I do have some billing, but definitely not accounts receivable. Okay. There's no commuting. In today's society, how amazing is that? There is no commuting. You can do this from anywhere. Your couch, your kitchen table, right? You can do this while your child is taking a nap for 2 hours a day. This is when you can do this and build your future based on that. There's no discrimination between men, women, age, or race. You set the expectations. You set the bar. Nobody is ever telling you what to do differently, what to do better, that you've got certain goals to reach, unless you've asked them to help you reach your goals. And if that's the case, you're with the wrong team. Because you want a leader, you want a mentor that can help you grow a little bit where you're not comfortable. Not a lot where it's overwhelming, but a little bit of a reach where you're not comfortable and that you will feel amazing getting there. And there's security. Where do you get job security anymore? There's no cutbacks. There's no layoffs. You are in control of your destiny when you do this. You never have to worry about another company laying you off again. So what's more secure? Having one income stream with a job where you could be outsourced or downsized in an instant, or an additional income coming in from a network marketing business. When you have your own network marketing business, you have the stability of your network. Even in network marketing, there are companies that come and go, but these companies cannot take your network. That is your security in your business. You can take that network and do whatever you want with it later, right? My Fresh Approach Fitness network has grown exponentially. Every single week, it grows exponentially. Whether I use it for my Celebrate Everything brand, which is my network marketing side, or I use it for my life coaching and nutrition coaching. And the premise is, the big picture is, I am helping people upgrade and elevate their life, helping women like you glow and grow. It's all about the balance. It's all about the confidence. Plus, let's talk about this residual income. Boy, that's priceless. I hope you can understand that this is an amazing benefit, and the power of it is network marketing allows you to get paid a residual income, even when you're not working. It can grow month to month, but those companies, however, are hard. You just need to find them. You need to find the ones that can grow month to month. Imagine when you retire, you still have that residual income coming to you. For anybody that's in their 40s, and you're not sure if this is for you because you really want to build your foundation for your future, or you're thinking of retirement, think about this. Why not add network marketing to your portfolio? Training is already in place and readily available when it comes to network marketing. Your upline, I keep on saying the word upline, the person that approached you about network marketing, they saw something in you that they believed in, right? They have the tools to help you step into your next level self. They have those resources. They're not just reaching out to you because you're another person. You have something because you have subconsciously attracted this opportunity in this conversation. It is all about your goals. It's all about your thoughts. So you have subconsciously attracted this. Consider the conversation. Take this as an opportunity to educate yourself, so you can have a greater understanding as to what it's all about and where it might be a fit for you. But know that there's training already in place. You're not searching for your own training. You don't pay for extra training. There's a lot of free training available within your network marketing. People are there to help you receive the help, encouragement, and support from others in the same profession. Think about that. It's amazing. How many times have you worked for a company where you've gotten zero or very little acknowledgement and you know that you've done well, or encouragement, or where there's too much cattiness? Personal growth, we've talked about this. I am big in personal growth, and most network marketing companies are big in personal growth. You will also build social skills. You will being in network marketing allows you to help others on a massive scale. The ripple effect that your business can have on others can be larger than you could ever imagine. Your personal impact can touch more people than you will ever know about. To those people who love to help others is a huge benefit. This is a reason why this should be the top of your priority list. If you love to serve, if you love to help others, consider network marketing. Consider moving forward in this area, even as a side, even at 3 hours a week. It's very quickly profitable. Unlike traditional businesses, you're not waiting months to earn commission. You build your business by using the internet. You have the ability to work in a stress-free environment. Today, people are working in a fear-based environment. With more and more jobs being outsourced, there are less jobs available. Employers can pay less and require more. This is happening every day. With network marketing, you are working from the comfort of your own home, and the fear and stress are far less. You are creating your own dream, not someone else's dream. That's super important to me. That goes back to my work-life balance. That goes back to every vision board I have in my office. Me creating my own dream. My own dream where I am living my best life every day, where I am serving others, where I am leaning into personal development, where I have the time to make healthy meals and to work out and choose the right movement, right? And dress for success and have that energy and vitality. Okay. Here's the cool thing. Ability to involve your kids. Since you can work from home, you can involve your kids and teach them a strong work ethic and social skills. Working around your schedule is a plus in order to spend more time with your kids. It doesn't matter how old your kids are. Guys, I have a grandson. I have kids that are in their 20s. Yesterday, I got to spend time with my oldest daughter and my grandson and my mom and my dad, and it's great. I know this is going to change in the next couple of days, so I'm just honing in on it now, but it is great. And network marketing has enabled me to do this. It has enabled me to do this. So this podcast is a little bit longer. This podcast is a little bit different, but I definitely wanted to share. And I know you can hear my passion in it. There's a couple more things I wanted to share with you, and that's some tips for network marketing. Find your passion. Okay? Enjoy what you're doing when promoting products. When you do that, it makes you very happy because you are connecting with other like-minded people. Okay? And we all want that feeling of inclusion. Choose quality products. It's important for you to find products that both you and your customers can believe in. If you don't believe in it, it's not the right fit for you. Don't give up on it if network marketing is what you're looking for. And this is where I encourage a conversation. I've done so much research, and I can share with you why I chose the products I've chosen to be in alignment with my personal growth of my financing. So find your passion, choose quality products, do your research. Find a company who will support you. Speak with or ask around to see if anybody's used it. You don't have to do that one. Investigate where the sales come from. I would definitely, when it comes back to contacting people that have used it, search online to see the reviews and how happy other people are. See if you can find other people in the industry that would be on the same level as you, just so you can see where they're at. Or find out people's stories. That's what I would say. What are their stories? What's their why? How do you relate? Okay. Investigate where the sales come from. Find that out. How are you making the money? So all three of my different network marketing companies, I make money different ways. At the end of the day, it's all residual income. Yes, at the end of the day, I still need to grow it and reach out to people, but I make money 3 different ways with these companies, and that's why I chose them. Okay? Know your upline policies. So that's when are you getting paid? Do you need to bring people in? What does it look like? Are you just selling a product or a service and that's how you make money? Figure out those policies. And that is about learning the business. And that's where you find out if you're a fit for that one or if you should be looking for something else and how this works for you. Because in most cases, network marketing company, there is a small investment. And when I say small, in some cases, it can be $35, $20. You don't need to use the product to get started. You can buy the product a month after when you started making money. We're looking for something right now. I am here to help you. I wanted to share with you that network marketing is a part of my plan, and it's a part of my plan for residual and passive income. It's going to start off as active income where I'm trading time for money, but it's definitely part of my future because I am working towards living my best life every day, every single day. And this is where network marketing plays a role. Thank you so much for listening in. I would love your feedback on this, your questions. It's 45 minutes in, and I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. My friends, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I wish you lots of love this holiday season. I know this December is different. I'm hoping what I said in this podcast will help uplift and elevate your level of curiosity where you are curious to learn more as to how network marketing can fit into your schedule for 2021 is what I'm trying to say. And we will be in touch next week because we're going to come up with, no, I'm not going to tell you. That's it. You're going to have to listen. Thanks, my friends. We'll talk soon.